Hello and welcome to your DHL Supply Chain Pricing Power Index update. I'm here with Andrew Cox. Andrew, what do you have for us?
What's up, Tony? We stayed at 20 this week. We had some mixed data come in. We saw volumes actually rise 2.5%, which may not seem like much, but that's the most of any non-holiday week of the entire year so far. So a little bit of jump in volumes, but we did see capacity loosen again. The outbound tender rejection rate fell 6%. It's now well below the 2019 average, and 2019 was a year of overcapacity. So currently, the shippers are in dominant pricing power.
Okay, so no change from last week just yet. Also, the other thing, it's all over the headlines, right? The corona.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that and the impact so far?
Yeah, thus far they haven't seen any impacts of the coronavirus on capacity. We haven't seen drivers being taken off the road or anything major there, but we are starting to see volumes be impacted. So you're looking at blank sailings and a lot of empty ships coming over and canceled shipments from China to both coasts. So we're going to see, intermodal volumes are already down, intermodal prices are down. We're going to see this volume eventually trickle into the truckload industry. So the impact of volume is currently on its way. It hasn't impacted capacity yet, but it is likely to in the next couple weeks.
So volume is going to be the thing to watch so far. Is that going to really start to impact, do you think, your 3-month outlook so far?
Yeah, it has. So we have our 3-month outlook actually at 55, meaning that the carriers should be in a little bit of pricing power, looking maybe in the middle of May. And this is because, like Zach just said, we do think some of those volumes are going to come in from China. They're going to hit the coast, but it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks out. So we're looking at mid-April or something before those volumes really hit. And the good thing for carriers, it's going to happen at a time when it's the middle of produce season and it's the beginning of summer where people are drinking more beverages. So we think that there's going to be really an influx of capacity, influx of volumes, there. At the same time as capacity may be churning out of the market by midsummer, we're seeing a lot of company failures, and we're seeing the drug clearinghouse actually pop up with higher numbers than we were expecting. So we do think there are going to be some capacity churning out of the market in the next couple months.
So a few catalysts in the play. Definitely. So are there any things that you're watching for in the coming week that might play into the movements here? I know we have the ISM PMI going to get a refresher next week.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be speaking about that.
Yes.
Nothing in particular. I think it's just continued thought of the coronavirus. I think that is probably the most pertinent thing to moving the rates, or moving the pricing power between shippers and carriers. But we'll definitely keep an eye out for the ISM. We saw growth last month, so hopefully continued growth. That'd be ideal.
Right. So sounds like no movement just yet. More so on the volume side, that's really the main impact so far. The coronavirus definitely going to be an uncertainty playing a factor into this, but we're going to keep an eye on it as we go week to week.
Right, we'll be covering it as FreightWaves always does.
Awesome.
Often.
Awesome. Andrew, thank you so much. That's going to do for this edition of the DHL Supply Chain Pricing Power Index. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be sure to keep you updated next week.